Alright. Let's see. So, our next boss is going to be this Pokemaniac on Route 10. Let me pull up the guide here so I can see his team. This is the guy with the Ninetales. Pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah. So he opens up with Ninetales. It's a double battle, so he's going to open up with Ninetales and Victory Bell. Ninetales has Scorching Sands and Size Shock. I think our first order of business would then be to get... Alright, let me try something. Just to get the fight started here. Alright, I'm not expecting to win here. He only has 4 Mons. And so he sets... I won't be able to set weather myself is another thing because of just hardcore mode restrictions. I just want to see who Ninetales is going to target here. If I can just Flame Wheel on like Victory Bell, right? Use Detect here. Because Ninetales is the only one that has any anti-fire type moves on the team. We live that. It's perfect. Flame Wheel. Nice. Okay. So Victory Bell goes down relatively easily. That's a strategy there. Next is going to be Cherim. Flower Gift transforms it again. I say we go Flame Wheel again, and because he's not going to have any stab. Oh, nice. Yeah, he doesn't have any stab on Size Shock, so we should be able to live, but we'll see. Nice. Flame Wheel KOs. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. And then we outspeed Sylveon. This is actually very easy. Never mind. With the Sun, too, we get a boost to our Fire-type moves. I say we Flame Wheel, Blaze Kick to hopefully end it, because Sylveon's not a very strong physical defender. Alright, I was tripping over nothing. Never mind. That's actually really good that we won this fight without even having to use our extra encounters. Cool. Alright, and with that, we progress into Lavender Town, get some items, big nuggets, dive balls, dusk balls. What's going on, Darling White? How's it going? How's it going? Cool, so we made it into Lavender Town. 4 Mons on our team. We don't have the Sylph Scope, so we can't get all the way up in Lavender Town yet, but that's fine. That is not my goal here. My goal... Hold on. Alright, quick moment for the Lavender Town theme. My goal is to make it to Celadon City, where we'll have access to the department store, as well as the game corner, and that'll allow us to access a lot of other items that are going to be really helpful. I'll buy some super potions as well. I think I have enough antidotes, right? I have 10. Let's buy an extra 20 there. Anything else? Escape rope. I'll buy 5 in case I'm in a cave. I don't really need the escape rope, actually. I could have just, dig or teleport at any moment. Let's buy some extra great balls, too, just in case we encounter mons that we want to catch and we don't get stuck without Pokeballs. Cool. So we got those. Let's see here. Looking at the map. Route 12. Take us to Diglett's Cave, Vermilion City, Saffron City. Cool, cool. Nuzlocke, yeah. Yeah, we're Nuzlocking it. So, it's been a struggle, been a challenge. Oh, that is Morty, the Johto Ghost-type gym leader. I do not want to fight him. All these gym leader fights at this point in the story are optional, and I am not going to risk any mon on my team. You can slaughter a family of Audinoes for 10,000 Pokedollars? What? Why would I want to do that? my goodness. You know what it probably is for? Audino gives a lot of XP when you KO it, so it's probably like a free level up method for anybody that doesn't have like minimal grinding on or anything like that. All right, here we go. Route 12. I don't want to fight anybody here. I just want to see how far I can get. So we have some fishing options. Go all the way here. I'm pretty sure we'll get stopped by Snorlax once we try to head back to Vermilion, which is okay. Oh, return. Okay. Well, we already have that on Rabbit Escape, but if we come across any other mons that return might be helpful on, we have that in our bag now, too. Alright, trainer here. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to fight him. Am I remembering wrong, or can you also get a Super Rod somewhere around here? I might be remembering wrong. Ah! I don't think I wanted to fight Sea King right now. That's kind of annoying. Okay. 35. We'll probably go for a water type move. Just send an Usopp. Aqua Ring, okay. Could have Will-O-Wisp then. Sea King without its like halfway decent attack stat isn't really much of a threat. In fact, I think halfway decent might be kind of generous. There we go. Poliwhirl. I don't have anything to deal with this, actually. I don't know what kind of move he's going to use. Guess I'll find that out first, right? Does it have Body Slam? Okay. Doesn't have Water Absorb. I guess we'll just Razor Shell then. Not the end of the fight. Is there one more, really? Clam Pearl. Okay. I'll Struggle Bug then. There we go. Clam Pearl with no special attack is also not much of a threat. I'm mad I got myself into this fight. I really didn't have to do this. It lived? Really? Okay. There we go. Alright, GG's. I'm gonna head back to Lavender Town and heal. Didn't need to do that fight, but I guess for when I come back this way, it's already done. So, not the worst thing in the world. Did the bot ban a message? Yeah, I still gotta figure that out. So I use a couple tools on my stream. One of them being the Nightbot, and then another one being Stream Elements. And I haven't figured out how to turn it off, but Stream Elements also has like a bot in the chat that they use. I think it just like is to welcome people to the stream and stuff and advertise their service. But the Nightbot integration there, it confuses that for like, you know, spam message. So it'll just automatically ban it for spamming. Doing a Black 2 hardcore Nuzlocke. It's been a while since I played Black 2. Kind of miss Unova. Might have to visit that next. Alright, here we go. Route 8. I think I already used my encounter on Route 8, right? Or was that a different route? Let me see. Is this a continuation of Route 8? No, I didn't use my Route 8 encounter. I used my Route 11 encounter. Okay. In that case, I still have Route 8. I'll leave that for now. Goal here is going to be reach Celadon City and beat Lieutenant Surge. So those are my two objectives. Let me just check. So there is going to be a mandatory mini-boss double battle against Super Nerd Aiden on Route 8, but that doesn't appear to be either of these guys here. Modest Armor Rogue with weak armor. Oh, okay. That's actually not too bad. Weak armor, we can fake out to lower its defense off rip. And then while it's unable to move, we just hit it with a Shadow Claw. Only thing we kind of have to be careful of is he's going to have Serena as well. So if we actually maybe take out Serena first. Armor Rogue is Walking Bucket. Arcanine, High Jump Kick. Does have Focus Sash, but we can deal with that when we deal with that. I'll figure that out when we get there. Either way, let's fight this old man and see what he wants. I'm going to save here too, just so we can keep moving. Not having to regress too far if anything goes wrong. Houndour from Gandalf. Oh, alright, well. See, this is why we save beforehand, because I don't feel like fighting Houndour with Benimaru. Just giving Houndour a free switch. So let's do Rabbit Escape to open up. Still gotta build my team a little bit bigger though. So let me see, I'm gonna look at my Route 8 encounters in the meantime too, and see who might be helpful against Surge. I think Celadon's really gonna be where we get the good mons, because I believe that's where they have the shard exchange for starter eggs. So that'll really expand our team a lot there. But looking at Route 8 here. Route 8. Fomantis evolves into Lurantis. Minchino. Okay, wait a minute. That might not be bad. Bufala, Venipede, Comfey. Alright, doesn't give us a lot of good options for dealing with Surge. Fungus is not bad, nor is Fomantis, just for the purpose of resisting electric type moves. But I'm possibly thinking, right, we get Morgrem at nighttime, 5% encounter rate there. I believe it evolves into Grimmsnarl at level 36. Let me see. And once we get access to Prankster, that's always going to be helpful. Yeah, Grimmsnarl at level 36. We'll be able to get Thunder Wave, which the electric type gym can't really do much with that. But for later, Dark Pulse at level 35, although I'm pretty sure it's a physical attacker if we're going to be offensive with it. No, special attacker. Okay, so it's a special attacker when it's Morgrem. When it evolves into Grimmsnarl, that's when it becomes more of a physical attacker. Although a 95 special attack isn't terrible. What I'm hoping to get on it, right? We can get Fake Out, Bulk Up, Light Screen Reflect. No, wait. Why would I bulk up if my only attacking move is Fake Out? Okay, we can go Light Screen, Reflect, Spirit Break, and then if I can get, there we go, Sucker Punch. I'm thinking that's probably going to be our counter to Surge's Raichu. Because looking at Kanto leaders, he doesn't seem to have anything actually to deal with a Dark and Fairy type. He has Hitmonlee and Palmot, which go neutral on their fighting type attacks. But if I put like Spirit Break on there, which I don't even know if it learns Spirit Break. It does learn Spirit Break upon evolving, perfect. So could go Spirit Break there. Yeah, I'm feeling like Grimmsnarl is going to be guaranteed the amount that we have on the team. And then Raichu just straight up doesn't have anything. Rising Voltage can do a lot of damage, but if we break the Focus Sash and then go in with the Sucker Punch, it's done. Defense stat of 50 is literally nothing. It sucks. So you're talking about the your Nuzlocke on Black 2? Yeah, Nuzlocks are always a challenge. Hardest part for me about a Nuzlocke is not necessarily the Pokemon becoming unusable after fainting. It's the being limited to one encounter per area part, right? Because then you're limited onto what you can use to build up your team and everything like that. It becomes even harder when, you know, you're playing like a game like Radical Red and they impose level caps, so you can't even try to, you know, over level and brute force your way through. Oh, and we get a raid den here. Awesome. Okay. Can I interact with this without standing in front of this guy? Because he's going to track me down and battle me. Or maybe I just battle him and that's that. Let's save. Alright, Rabbit Escape's the only one that got hurt that battle. Alright, I'm going to try to interact with this without battling this guy, but I know his eyes are going to... Oh, okay. I thought his eyes were going to follow me. Basculegion! Not a great mon for Surge or Erica, but might not be the worst for Sabrina. Water type moves are going to be great against Camerupt. Why does Sabrina have a whole team of legendaries is my question. Tapu Fini. Wait a minute, okay. Sabrina's supposed to be the psychic type gym leader. She has no psychic type Pokemon on her team. Alright. In fact, it seems like they changed your type to fairy. I mean, the most abundant type is fairy, but even then. But yeah, Sabrina's team is Tapu Fini, Glastrier, Magearna, Mega Camerupt, Iron Hands, and Jellicent. It's kind of crazy. At least Koga has a couple poison types on his team. Blaine is going to be a challenge to Claire as well. But no, Claire is... Jesus, how did Claire even catch these mons? We'll worry about that when we worry about that. I'm not worried about... what's it called right now? Right now, my biggest concern is going to be... I think I do have to battle this guy just to get through this area. He's probably going to see me. Oh, alright. Well, that's the last time I overestimate these guys' abilities to track me down. Let's switch this to nighttime, because that's when we encounter Morgrem. And we have a 5% chance of encountering from here. So, let's save. Let's see how it goes, actually. Let's turn off Infinite Repel. Now, save state. Alright. Let's run around. Venipede. Absol, another good mon. Wouldn't be a bad addition to the team. I just feel like we're gonna get more use out of Prankster with Grimmsnarl. Although I am also curious to see what that there we go. Vascular Legion turned into. Alright, I already have a name for it based on the hair that we're looking at here. Maybe another one for the Fire Force fans out there. Perfect. Alright, Morgrem's name is going to be Joker. It's a Fire Force reference, not a DC Comics reference. Shout out to Joker, though. Alright, cool. Only thing now is... Oops. Is that a shiny Fungus? And I'm not allowed to... No, I am allowed to catch it. Shiny Claws. Wait a minute. Oh, that's fire. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just pull up the rules of the Nuzlocke to make sure. Hold on. Hold on. Because I believe that Shiny Claws allows us to catch this. Shiny Claws. If the player encounters a shiny wild Pokemon, they may catch it, even if a wild Pokemon has already been encountered in that area. This does not count as the encounter for that area. Perfect. So we now have an Amoonguss on our team as well as a Grimmsnarl. That is fantastic. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. And you know, the Shiny Claws was one that I was hesitant to exploit for this challenge, because in theory, I could get every encounter in any given area just by sitting there and shiny hunting until I get a shiny version of each mon available. But that's extremely time consuming. I don't want to do that on my own. I don't want to make y'all watch that. And doing it off stream, there's no way to, like, for y'all to know for sure that I'm not just hacking my ROM and doing it. So in the spirit of, you know, honesty and everything and transparency, I didn't want to do that. But we encountered that shiny on stream, full odds. What am I going to nickname it? Oh, okay. Wow, this thing, that's so clutch. I don't even know what to nickname this. Let's do Toad V2. Because we had Toad at the beginning of our stream. Not a very creative name, but if I think of a better one, we'll go with that. Alright, here we go. Now we have a full team of 6 again. Why did I... Either way. Battle on the side of that guy. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do, actually, should save. Yeah, I'm going to save. Right here. Next thing I'm going to do... We have a bunch of rare candies so that we don't spend a lot of time leveling up, grinding. Joker should evolve here. Perfect. And we do have the ability pills, so if we need to, we can go and give it Prankster. But I believe Celadon City is also where we can start exchanging bottle caps for hidden abilities, and that's going to make things a lot more interesting here. Because hidden abilities are where a lot of mons really start to shine. Joker evolving the Grimmsnarl. I guess I'll go yes on Spirit Break for now. I'm going to get rid of Swagger, because I don't really have a use for that. Alright. Back to the rare candies. We got Toad V2. Gonna learn Synthesis. Oh, because if I can get Regenerator on Toad, that's actually, like, kind of really huge. Already has Giga Drain, too. Oh, I'm liking where this team is going. Is Regenerator a hidden ability? It is, but Effect Spore is not a bad regular ability, and we can always use our bottle caps, because I do think we have a handful of bottle caps here. Wow, yeah, that is so clutch. So clutch. We have access to Giga Drain, access to Toxic. Our team just got so much more viable, man. You have no idea. Alright, level cap has been reached. I'm gonna save state one more time and then we keep moving. Oh, well that's not fun. Looking at the bosses here. Super Nerd Aiden. I guess if I can try to avoid fighting him, I will. If I can't, then that's that. But okay, I can avoid everybody here. So I guess none of them are that boss battle. These guys, I don't know how they move at all. Alright, that's definitely the guy. Cool. So, save state, final time. He opens up with Armor Rogue and Serena. Now, because of Serena's Queenly Majesty, we won't be able to get off, Alright, here's the plan. Shinra opens up to take out Serena. After that, Armor Rogue is a Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak victim. So we're good there. We're gonna move Relearn here. Teach Reflect. In place of Torment. Light Screen into the Dark Pulse. Alright, there we go. Joker set. Possibly might want to get right on the natures too. Let me see what the natures are looking like. Modest nature. So that's actually kind of bad for what we're trying to do, but it's okay for now. And then here, plus attack minus speed. That doesn't help us at all. Just gonna move, relearn. Absorbed by. Can't really learn much, so I'll just keep with what we have here. Go kind of teach Toad to move. Yeah, we get rid of Serena with Shinra. Rabbit Escape, kind of worries me. Let's go Benny to see if we can outspeed. It's the Adamant Choice Scarf that I'm mostly worried about, you know. So I'll talk to him. But Serena Adamant Choice Scarf means that it's also going to be faster than a lot of mons. Actually, no, its speed set is only 99 with the Choice Scarf. Cool. I wish I had known that before I began this battle. Armor Rogue is shiny. Oh, that looks so cool. I'm jealous. Okay, well, since Serena only has a speed set of 99, that makes it slower than not Blaziken, not Benimaru, slower than Rabbit Escape. Can't do much about that though. Slower than only Rabbit Escape. Okay. However, what if we do Blaze Kick? Shadow Claw. That's gonna hurt. Nice. Spell tag came off, so it's not ideal, but we can live with it. Ah! Shoot. Spell tag was the only way to live that. Alright. Got it. Got it. Heard you loud and clear. Serena has to go first. Ah, weakness policy too. That's really not fun. Alright. So because we don't want Benny dying early, we're not gonna go with that. We gotta take care of Serena first and foremost. Fast, heavy hitting fire type Pokemon. Does such a thing exist on Route 8? Let me check my items list too to see what TM that is. Let's see. So it might be worth to pick that up as well. Okay, that's acrobatics. Give that to a flying type with no item, and Serena might go down a lot faster. I'm gonna go and do a quick nature change. Reason being is I want to see if we can get anybody faster than Serena. And then Venipede. Okay, going Scolipede might actually be really helpful for taking down Serena, because Serena doesn't have anything that can damage it. Armor Rogue does, but if we're okay with sacking Venipede, which, you know, love Scolipede, but I don't really see too much future use, then might do that. First order of business, though. Nature change. So if we make Shinra jolly natured, how fast is it now? Only 80. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna go back to that offensive nature. Wait, why don't I just look at base stats? Yeah, that's rather than playing the guessing game here. Where do we go? Adamant before? Alright, so Serena's base speed is 72. With Choice Scarf, it's 99. So we're looking with a Pokemon that's significantly higher base speed than... What's going on, Shiro? Doing good, doing good. You're looking for a Pokemon with significantly higher base speed than 72, who we can encounter, not on Route 8. Serena and Armor Rogue. Do they have any weaknesses in common? Serena's weak to fire, bug, flying, and ice. Armor Rogue is weak to ghost, dark, water, ground, and rock. Unfortunately, ground and rock are covered by Serena. Bug and ice are covered by Armor Rogue, unless we can take out Serena before Armor Rogue gets a chance to act. Alright, we are on the hunt for a Pokemon that can take out Serena. Yeah, because if we get a Pokemon that can take out Serena before it has a chance to use knockoff on Benimaru, and that also takes out Armor Rogue in one hit too. But Queenly Majesty does block all priority moves. So, still leaning towards that Venipede turn into a Scolipede. There's no fishing on Route 8, right? On Route 12, we can get lose us kind of fast, but I don't think it's fast enough. No, it doesn't let me moves I can handle. We do have Route 8, or Route 10, actually, sorry. Let's see what encounters we have on Route 10. Route 10 might provide a little bit more for us here. Okay, what if we did Hisuian Sneasel? Right, because Serena's base speed... Alright, Serena's base speed is 72. 72 times 1.5 is 108. Do we need a mon with a 108 base speed? Speed beneficial nature. That's definitely not how the math works, but it's just something to keep in mind there. So if we went Hisuian Sneasel, right? Doesn't evolve yet, but speed of 115 and an attack of 95 is going to be really good for us. It'll allow us to use cross poison. So let me see here. Pull up our damage calculator. Let's do Sneasel, Hisuian at level 36, right? Let's give it a speed beneficial nature for now. Perfect. I would put its speed at 107. If we gave it an attack beneficial nature, speed is only 98. Serena, I think, was at 99, right? 99, yeah. So we do need to give it that speed beneficial nature, unfortunately. I don't think I have a Quick Claw. I guess we could always go with Quick Claw and hope that that triggers. But let's do speed beneficial nature for now. Attack is still going to be at 94. If we give it a Poison Barb for the item, though, that should make up for the lack of an attack beneficial nature. So let me give it that too. Wherever that is here. Here we go. Poison Barb. Using Cross Poison. Super Nerd Aidens. So that is only a guaranteed 2-hit KO. That's annoying. Even with Adamant, it's only a guaranteed 2. Oh, wait. No. I was looking at the wrong way. Okay, Power Whip would have been a guaranteed 2-hit KO. If Serena was the one attacking. Yeah. With Adamant Nature, still a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Wow. I guess Cross Poison is not the move that we thought it was. High critical hit ratio is nice, though. I wonder if... Let's see. Speed beneficial nature. If it's a crit. Crit is a 93.8% chance to OHKO. So with the speed beneficial nature, Cross Poison already having a high critical hit ratio. Ah, shoot, we don't have a scope lens. Dang it. If we had scope lens, then I would have said let's give it a scope lens. We don't have scope lens, but I can see if it's attainable at this point in the story or not. Scope lens. Alright, so it's on the second floor of Mount Moon. You need the HM for Rock Smash. Rock Smash, I don't think we get just yet. Yeah, Fuchsia City. And then we gotta beat Brendan there, so we're not gonna get that yet. Alright. Hisuian Sneasel is unfortunately not going to be what we need here. Krogunk. Let's see. I think Krogunk we'd be sacrificing a little bit of speed for greater attack. I am concerned about sacrificing that speed, though. Krogunk, if one evolves into Toxicroak. Ah, we sacrificed a lot of speed. A lot of speed. We do get to evolve. It doesn't even evolve until level 37. Never mind. Alright, Krogunk is not going to be viable for this at all. Durant. That's in Rock Tunnel, which I've been trying to avoid. But we might have to go there. Reason why is because Durant's fast and its bug-type moves could take out Serena. Reason I've been avoiding Rock Tunnel is because that's where we get Terrakion, and I want to be able to get Terrakion later on. What about... And this is... I don't have high hopes. Let's look at Emolga. Special attack of 95, speed of 103. Gets Air Cutter. The high critical hit ratio. Acrobatics. Does double damage, that's 110. But its attack stat is only 55. Let's throw it on the damage calculator, though, because it's only flying type attacking moves that it does get. Up to level 36 are going to be Acrobatics and Air Cutter. Let me just look at my TMs also, just to see if there's anything in here that I can use, but I don't think there is. Cut, Flash, Flip Turn, or... Didn't have super high hopes, but still would have been nice to have the option, right? And Fire Punch, no shot. That's going to take out... Alright, let's throw Emolga in here. With... We'll do both Air Cutter and Acrobatics. So we do Emolga, blank set. 36. Teach you Air Cutter. Teach you Acrobatics. Alright. Acrobatics. We do have to give it that speed beneficial nature. No, even with the speed beneficial nature, do we really not outspeed? Really? I thought Emolga was faster, just as fast as Hisui and Sneasel. Or Sneasel. Nope, Sneasel's 115. Alright. So Emolga's not even fast enough. Shoot. That's annoying. Even with the speed beneficial nature. 1.5. I guess we do need a base speed of 108 or better. Alright, looking at base speed here. Electrode is available in the form of Voltorb in this route, but we won't be able to do much with it. Actually, no. I already used my Route 10 encounter with... Never mind. I can't even use Route 10. I used Route 10 encounter when I had Hisui and Voltorb. Right? Let me see. Look at the deck snap. There should be some mons already captured here. Yeah, Hisui and Voltorb. Pretty sure, right? That's just Route 10. Got a Poke Rider. Yeah. Alright, so Route 10 I don't have the encounter for anyways. That's okay, though. So we're down to what? Rock Tunnel. Route 8, Raid Den. As well as Diglett Caves Raid Den. Gligar from Diglett Caves Raid Den, I wonder. Won't be able to get Gliscor just yet. So I don't think it evolves until a higher level than our level cap. Now Dust Stone, which we also, I just don't think we have yet. It's kind of annoying because Gliscor would have been nice to have. But Gligar with an attack stat, Gligar way too slow, never mind. Never mind. Alright, back to looking at Pokemon by speed stat here. Alright, there's some decently fast mons that we can try to get access to, it seems like. Wasn't Minior available somewhere? If we could do Minior, maybe. Only thing is, I think until it gets shields down, it's not a very fast mon at all, is it? Yeah. Alright, Zebstrika. We do Zebstrika, right? Blank set. 36. Let me see what moves it can learn also, just to make sure. So, it gets Flame Wheel. I'm not super confident in that, though. I'm just looking at fast Pokemon, you know. Alternatively, we could also just change our approach to, what if, rather than trying to take out Serena first, we just take out Serena and then we get a Mon that can handle Benimaru in one hit. Not Benimaru, sorry, Armoroad. That's also an option. Okay. Do some team building, and then Lavender Tower. I don't think there's really anything for me in here, right? A Pokemon Tower. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Haunter, Runarius. Even so, I think I need to get like higher up in the tower before I can even encounter these Mons, right? Now their levels are looking a lot higher than my level cap. So I don't think Pokemon Tower is even an option just yet. If it were, that'd be great. You know, I don't mind the level 40-something Pokemon. It might not obey all the time, but actually, isn't there a rival fight here? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna, yeah. Right, is that still in this game? Or did they patch it out? Oh, okay, there's no, doesn't seem like there's a rival fight in Pokemon Tower this time. In that case, I guess we'll see how far up we can go. But I'm sure it'll be like all Pokemon that we're unable to catch. There's a Mega Stone there. Yeah, Ghost, so we can't do anything about these. Cool, let's get out of Pokemon Tower before this gets ugly then. Alright, Pokemon Tower is not an option, so we are back to our raid den. We already looked at Route 12, right? No shot we can get to Route 13 and Route 14, right? I guess kind of worth a try. Let's see. Let's go Route 12. Already fought this guy. Okay. Okay, and there is a mini boss on Route 12 too. With the team so strong, they're talking about if you're level 68, here's what it's gonna look like. Okay, well that's not great. I guess I'll just fake out here. Flinch. Yeah, this really wasn't what I was looking forward to, but I guess we'll return. Don't burn. Nice. if we want like Grim Snarl with the physical dark type move. I don't even know what Barraskewda is going to try to use here. I'm just going to shift Toad, see what that looks like. Alright, Toad. Laser Focus. Let me look that up right now. The attack on the next turn always results in a critical hit. Kind of a broken ability, broken move. Alright, so it's gonna... I wonder if this means a dive is gonna crit, or if it doesn't count anymore. Because it wasn't used immediately after laser focus. Yeah, okay. Well, this guy doesn't know what he's doing then. That's fine. Nice work, Toad. Cool, another battle in the books. Here who's gonna want to battle. Rather than wasting too much time with those battles, let's think of a strategy for this Aiden dude. And while I do that, I'm also going to fix the natures of a couple mons. Let's go. For this one only, I'll probably go Adamant Nature. And then for Toad, we want him to be a little bit more defensive, right? Alright, now what I'm thinking is get Joker here. Attack at 110 or 112. Move relearn. If we go Dark Lariat. In place of Torment. Right. And that should be able to one-hit KO on... In fact, I'll check here. On Armor Rogue. So Grim Snarl to blank set. 36. Adamant Nature. Using Darkest Lariat. 2-hit KO on Serena. Oh wait, no. Sorry, the other way around. 32% chance it's 2-hit KO. But if we put it on Armor Rogue... 90% chance... Oh wait. Still a guaranteed 2-hit KO. That's kind of crazy to me. Do I have black glasses? I guess I do forget that Armor Rogue is more of a tank, a physical tank. No black glasses, okay. Maybe I need... Need a flying type Pokemon. That's what I need. I need a flying type Mon. I just don't know where I can get one. do still have the Raid Den. Yeah, maybe I don't need to be necessarily faster than Serena. I just need to be faster than Armor Rogue and Oko that. Because then we take out Serena afterwards. We do still have our Route 9 encounter too. Oh, wait a minute. We still have our Route 9 encounter. Okay. Okay. Here's the plan, I think. Route 9 encounters, we have a few options here. Turtonator is a good option. Although I would have to see what its learn set is up to this level. But there is a particular mon that I'm thinking of that I think is really going to come in handy here. So let me just check out Turtonator out of curiosity. Defensive 35, special attack of 91. Sorry, defensive 135. So very defensive mon there. Its access to Flamethrower level 29 is pretty decent. Moveset is a little bit lackluster though at this point. What I'm really interested in is... shoot. Alright, so we could get Skorupi on Route 9. It doesn't evolve into Drapion until level 40. At that point, it's still part bug. I'm still susceptible to Armor Rogue's Fire-type stab. And it's still weak to the Poison stab, too, which is annoying. Other options... We could go Jupiter. Let me see. Because with its water bubble ability, won't really be damaged from anything that. And evolves into Raquanid at level 22. Okay, this is one that I'm starting to see a little bit more promise in. Get access to Leech Life. I think I'm going to try Jupiter, yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and save state right here. And then we are going to go take the Poké Rider. Back to Cerulean. Or Darumaka. Let me see if we can get Darmanitan, because we can get a Raquanid. Darumaka, an attack of 90, evolves into Darmanitan at level 35, perfect. And we get Sheer Force, that's kind of huge. Attack of 140, speed of 95. Oh, that's kind of huge. I think I'm going to go Darmanitan, actually. We'll have access to Fire Fang, Fire Punch, Flare Blitz at level 33. Yeah, give me Darmanitan. Overly, I'm gonna need Darmanitan like today. Today. I'll ride my bike. Alright, we are going to Route 9 to try to encounter Darmanitan. 10% chance of getting it during the daytime. I don't know if those odds shift at all during the night, but let's see. During the night, it's Salandit. Salandit and Salazzle. No, because it's Salazzle's weakness to Psychic. Means that I think we're probably going to have to give it a special attacking beneficial nature. Or sorry, a speed beneficial nature to outspeed. And I don't... Yeah. Too risky. I'll check it out, though. It might be worth it. Actually, wait a minute. Salazzle with a special attack of 111 and a speed of 117 means that it's going to outspeed Serena. Right, outspeed Serena. We'll get access to Venoshock and Flame... No, gets access to Venoshock. Never mind, doesn't even get access to Venoshock until 39. Yeah, before level 36, doesn't really seem to get much. Probably going to be a no-go. Unless, as a Salandit, it gets access to more, but I would be surprised if it did. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Alright, Darmanitan is the way. Looking for Darumaka. Time change to the daytime. Yeah, Salazzle's a great mon. Has a lot of use cases, just not necessarily what we're trying to do. Save state right here. Turn off. Turn auto run back on. Turn off. Infinite repel. Oh, okay, it was already off. Infinite repel disabled. And we do still have our raid den as well that we can use. Just take a look at the raid den in the meantime. Shelmet. Dark 9 raid den. Could have also gotten to Shelmet. Alright, so we could actually get both Turtonator and Darumaka. Well, let's search for Darumaka right now. Perfect. Catchier. Don't really have a nickname for it yet, but we'll see. Alright, Darumaka was caught. Nice. Nicknamed. We'll do Charlie. Shout out the Darwin Incident. One of my favorite, probably my favorite anime out right now is the Darwin Incident. Alright, Charlie was transferred to the PC. That's fine. Repel back on. Alright, so instead of... Actually, here, let it reload. Save state. And I'll save to this blank slot right here. So our 8th slot is going to be where we caught Darmanitan or Darumaka. 9th slot is before we caught Darumaka. Next, let's go ahead and fly back to Lavender Town. PC. And so looking at the team of the trainer that we're up against here, I think if I'm going to replace... Oh, and we do still have Carnage K the Heracross. Okay. No, that's KO'd. Right. It's another KO'd box. Never mind. I was going to say, if we had a Heracross, why don't I also take that into account? But we don't have Heracross. What we do have... So based on this trainer's team, I'm thinking we should probably bench Toad V2 for the time being. Right? Grass and poison type, yeah, it's kind of just asking to get cooked by most of the team here. Plus, having Regenerator available to us is going to be very, very helpful. Looking at Darumaka's stats here to see what Charlie's got for us. Ooh, okay, plus attack nature. Has hustle, but it'll get sheer force when it evolves. Alright, I'm liking the moveset so far. Probably gonna give it a charcoal too. So we really get that extra oomph in our hit. Rare candy. Yeah, I mean I will learn Flare Blitz. Let's forget Uproar because we don't really need to learn. What level does this thing evolve at? 35. Nice, yeah, I mean, Flare Blitz Darumaka is... Flare Blitz Darmanitan. Huge asset. Because what I'm thinking is we send out Darmanitan, that's a Pokemon that neither Serena nor Armor Rogue can take out in one hit. Get Serena gone. I'll learn Hammer Arm, I guess, in place of Thrash, but I'll probably end up replacing it. Candy one more time. Here we go, Charlie level 36. Now, looking at Charlie's stats. Attack of 127 is just deadly, man. Absolutely deadly. I don't think there's anything that we can... I don't think there's anything that we could hit it with that won't OHKO it at this point. Right, level 36. I mean, we have Flare Blitz. We have Fire Punch. think we can also get Fire Fang on there, but I'm pretty sure Fire Punch hits a little bit harder. Yeah, Flare Blitz, guaranteed OHKO. Fire Punch, guaranteed OHKO. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, so Darmanitan is going to KO here. I might just, only thing is going to be change that nature so it's not defense negligent. So add him in again. Charlie leads, as well as... Okay, we'll do Charlie and Joker. Reason I say and Joker is because then Joker will have access to Dark Lariat and Sucker Punch. I don't think anybody on the team here... Yeah, nobody on the team here has anything that's going to be able to take us out that easily. Cool. So, save state. This is post Darumaka. Yeah, the other one's pre-Darumaka. Alright, go back here. Same way we came. Avoid all these battles. Biker. Alright. Let's test this strategy out. One thing is I really also don't want to sack Joker right now, because Joker not only is going to be really helpful against Surge, but is also going to be a big team player. Oh, Joker has Frisk too. We didn't even give it Prankster. That's my bad. I'm going to go Fire Punch because I don't like the idea of Flare Blitz taking more health than we want it to. And then I'm going to Dark Lariat here. Nice! And avoided the attack. Boom. Serena goes down. We can now officially use priority moves again. Oh, I did a lot more than I would have liked to. Alright, now weakness policy means that we have to take this thing out right now. Basky Legion's gonna come in, and I'm almost positive he's gonna use a water type move, right? Hydro Pump, I'm thinking, on Darumaka. So we send in Usopp, and then Sucker Punch to take out Armor Rogue. Armor Rogue's down. Hydro Pump. Ah! Why? Alright. So this strategy currently risks Joker, and we don't want to risk Joker. That is something that we would very much rather avoid. Ooh, if Arcanine lands Head Smash, that's bad news for us. Okay. Fight. Razor Shell to bring Arcanine down to 1 HP. And then, because we're anticipating a fighting type move, or a rock type move here. Oh, wait, okay. I was gonna say, it didn't occur to me, but he definitely could have rock smashed into Usopp. And that would have been a guaranteed KO for sure. Nice. Lives with 1 HP, but that's fine. We're Sucker Punch. Even better, actually. We'll just... Right here, right? Mach Punch. Ah, why is everybody weakness policy? Ah, that's not good. Alright, so we also sack Rabbit Escape using this strategy. Not great. Not great. But so far, I mean, not a bad test run just to see what is viable as strategies here. I say, let's see, Basket Legion speed is 79. We do outspeed with Shinra, but we would be weak to Hisui and Braviary. So we Sucker Punch into you, maybe, right? Get Legion's out of here. He lived that. Barely, wow, okay. But he only has fighting type moves. Or sorry, damaging moves, attacking moves. Okay, so very winnable fight. Unfortunately though, we did end up sacking what, Joker and Rabbit Escape? Who I don't think I want to sack just yet. So instead of doing that, I'm going to go back here. Alright, what went well, what didn't go well? Opening strategy, Darmanitan on Serena, Fire Punch. Beautiful, absolutely the move. Armor Rogue, we can also handle pretty easily. Just the issue of what do we do when he sends out Arcanine. We can't keep Darmanitan in. Only I had my... Well, I wonder. It's not my favorite strategy, but special attack of 95, right? If we go Grimmsnarl, with, let's say we could go Quiet Nature. Let's go Rash Nature. Right? So plus special attack. Another special attack up to really only 92. That's not very ideal. Use Dark Pulse. No, Dark Pulse is still a guarantee to a KO. We need to OHKO Armor Rogue, I think. Yeah. Problem is, what can OHKO Armor Rogue? Nothing in that Route 9 raid den is OHKOing. In the Route 8 raid den, however, which we still haven't made use of, could use Basket Legion to try, potentially, to draw something out. I wish we had Yanma. Yanma would be super ideal, I think. No, it wouldn't. Not really. Yeah, we need a special attacker. Who are the special attackers we have access to? Route 9 encounter we used. We do have... Or, what if... I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try a little bit of prediction here, which, as y'all might know, doesn't always go the best for me in this game. I end up over-predicting, right? I try to think, like, 10 turns in advance, and that just never... Fire Punch on Serena. Now, I'm anticipating he's going to Shadow Ball into Benny and Knockoff into Benny. So, to counter that, I'm going to go Rabbit Escape here. Right? Good prediction. We live, but we do lose Silk Scarf. I'm hoping that he was going to Shadow Ball into Benny here. Perfect. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, alright, that's fine. That's fine. He's gonna Hydro Pump into Charlie. And probably Psychic into Rabbit Escape, right? So we go back to Joker here. Maybe this whole fight is just one big prediction game. We live that. Aura Sphere, alright. Definitely better than... I'm surprised that he went Aura Sphere though instead of Psychic type move. But let's say we go First Impression, right? And then Darkest Lariat on Basket Legion here. Method to the Madness, right? So Armor Rogue is going to get hit hard, but it's going to get faster here. Defense drop, though, means that I think we should be good for almost anything. Flamethrower, alright, please live. Please live. Oh, Usopp, you're so clutch. No! Why would they both target Usopp? Shoot. And Basket Legion. Oh. No, it's weakness policy. Okay, I'm surprised I lived that. In that case, I mean, we go back to Rabbit Escape, right? Fight. I think we fake out. No, we don't need to fake out. Yes, we do. Because Rabbit Escape doesn't have anything that can hit Basket Legion. So fake out here. And then Sucker Punch here. Ah, see, now, I didn't expect them to both target Usopp. So that was on me. Armor Rogue flinches. Suian Braviary comes out next. Almost positive he's going to use either a flying or psychic type here. Now, I don't have anything to counter. I can hope that Charlie tanks. Right, and then we go Sucker Punch again on Armor Rogue. Get Armor Rogue out of there. We live this barely. Alright, now Arcanine comes out, and Arcanine's a problem because we do not live like anything that Arcanine has for us. I can assume that he might go for Accelerock here, right? So I can send him to try, you know, Healthy Mon. If he goes for Head Smash on Charlie, we're done, though. Flare Blitz. Okay. Not mad at that at all. Now, can Charlie win with Flare Blitz Oko on Braviary? Ah, man. Alright, so Charlie also gets sacked, too. It's just so frustrating because, like, I'm clearly able to win this fight. You know, using... How fast is Braviary? Not very, right? Yeah, speed set is 62 here. Yeah, I'm clearly able to win this fight. If I'm willing to sack 2 Mons. Problem is I'm not all that willing to sack 2 Mons. Maybe I should find Mons that I am willing to sack them, maybe? Question mark? Oops. And then we got Low Sweep here. And High Jump Kick here. Lower the speed. Blaziken is now faster. High Jump Kick takes it out. Okay. So yeah, we just need to find a way to do it without sacking 2 Pokemon. Or find 2 Pokemon that we're more willing to sack. In the meantime, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick though. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. let me see here what else we have as options. Maybe move relearner. Oh, we get access to rollout. That could be helpful. What I will do though, if I give Charlie a charcoal. Alright, now let's see. So we start with Charlie and Benny, right? They both go for Shadow Ball and knock off into Benny. From there, we're going to send in Rabbit Escape. I'm just going to take its item so that knockoff does less damage since we'd be losing it anyways. By now, Serena would be dead. Armor Rogue. So Armor Rogue's only Psychic type move is Stored Power. That's why I didn't go for a Psychic type move. Because if we don't trigger Weakness Policy, then Stored Power is a pretty weak move. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Question is, who then is replacing Serena? If we do, let's also then, let's go move relearn here. Alright, it wasn't through level up. We have to go Thunder Punch TM. I don't think we're going to get much use out of return on this opponent. We're going to go Thunder Punch for the time being. And I'll save one more time right here too. Alright, let's try with this. In the meantime, I will think of mons that I could possibly be more willing to sack. Because we have what? We have... okay, we do have a Raid Den encounter on Route 9. Turtonator does tank everything a little bit, with the exception of Head Smash, which I might still tank with its high defense stat, but I don't know if I want to trust that. And then we do have our own Vascular Legion as well, that we can get from a Raid Den. Right, Joker, coming out immediately into Rabbit Escape. Interesting. Is it because... Oh, wow. Okay. Hold on. Is it because we put a number or an item on Charlie? Let me see. We take the item. Now what happens? Because he was supposed to... They were supposed to both target Benimaru. So no item Charlie. Fire Punch. Nice. Beautiful. Access to all priority moves. Flamethrower. It is kind of annoying that you went Flamethrower, but I just don't get why it would go Flamethrower. You know, like, to me that just doesn't make a lot of sense. But what I'm thinking is, alright, Charlie switch into Usopp. And I'm gonna hope that Vascular Legion does not target Rabbit Escape here. Good. Weak armor. Method to the madness here. Good flinch. No! Why? 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 Why do you throw the type chart out of the window every single time? Ugh. Fine. Alright. I guess that's the new meta. Just go for whichever mon has the lowest amount of health. Alright. If that's what I am to believe that this AI is trained to do, is just always attack the mon with the lowest amount of health, regardless of... There's no way it survived that. You're not convincing me that it survived that. What are we talking about? I swear this game be making stuff up sometimes, man. Okay, sure. Neither Pokemon died. Neither of them have Focus Sash, but they both somehow miraculously survived super effective or defense lowered stab moves. Ugh, I can't stand this game, bro. I cannot stand this franchise sometimes. Alright, let's head in here. I'm gonna turn on Infinite Repel. Oops, it's already on. Look inside here. What do we have? Basculegion. I might just go Basculegion. And I mean, I can't exactly get... Or I do have the Rock Tunnel one also. Alright, before anything, I'm gonna go back to Rock Tunnel real quick. Let's go back to Rock Tunnel. See what we can get from here. All the mini bosses in here are beaten, so we should be able to just go through now and see what's available. Although I don't remember exactly where that raid den is. So we go in here, right? Fought this guy. Nothing that way. Beat her. Beat him. Didn't battle this guy on the bottom because the guy on the top I think had a more favorable team for us. Battle this guy on the top again. Alright, now here. This was the boss battle. No, it wasn't. These are just people that are out to battle regularly. No boss battles. There's the raid den though. That's what I was looking for. Alright, so looking at our raid den, what do we have? Othworm. Change it to nighttime. Delibird. Ugh, that's not really a useful Pokemon now, is it? Alright, two Pokemon that we can't really make use of. If we go back to Route 9, we had what? Shelmet and then Mystery Mon. Diglett Cave could provide some promise here. Yeah, I think I'll try that. You get dig, right? Or teleport. Teleport. Alright, I'm gonna check Diglett Cave first. See what we can get from there. Pokerider. Vermilion, right? Yeah. Diglett Cave. We already used our encounter, but we do still have a raid den. Oh yeah, there's so much of a point to this, right? That doesn't just seem like it's pointless and long at all. I can't stand the Kanto region, bruh. Alright, Gligar. Viable. Just to check. Time changer. I think it was already nighttime, actually. Yeah. So set it back to day. Clink. Alright, well, Clink is ultra useless. So... I don't get a Dusk Stone yet, right? There's one way to get a Dust Stone, and you can buy it at Celadon. So Gligar is not going to provide us with a lot of usefulness, unfortunately. Let's see what this TM is, though. Rest. Wish I could say that that's going to benefit us more here, but don't think it is. Right, back on Route 2. We do get access to another raid den. Not this one, though, right? Is it this way? I thought we got access to the raid den once we got access to Cut. Maybe I misremembered. Yeah, because that's to the Mega Stone, right? Ah, here we go. Okay. Spritzy. I mean, I guess I'll look at it just to see what we have here, but I got Spritzy. If we have a Shiny Stone, we can get Aromatisse, but I'm not really too excited about most of its stats. Special attack of 99 isn't terrible, but it's super slow. It also doesn't really get anything that makes me feel a little bit better about going up against Armorogue, so let's head back over here. Time change again. Pinsir. Okay, a little bit better, but definitely can't OHKO Armorogue. What if, with Serena gone, maybe fishing is the way, right? If we go to Route 12, Sfeel with the old rod. Oh, Veluza wouldn't be a bad option. Let me see, between Celio, Walrein. So Celio won't evolve into level 44. We do get a decent amount of HP though there. And then Veluza, we get that attack and HP. It's a little bit slower than we would like. But it does get access to Aqua Jet, which is nice. As well as... Okay, you know what? Maybe we will go Veluza. Let's try Veluza on the team, see how that goes. Veluza, so is it Route 12, right? Yeah. Route 12, good rod, 20% encounter rate. Who would have thought that a single Poke nerd with a doubles team would be the bane of my existence today. This game really knows how to push my buttons, man. But we'll figure it out. Positive attitude, we can do anything. Save over right here. And then, yeah, get the good rod. Hope for Veluza. I should spend more time checking if they're shiny too, because that just gives me, you know, a free encounter. Like imagine with a Moongus, if I hadn't checked if it was shiny first and just reset instantly upon realizing it wasn't what I was looking for. Although I guess to be fair, in that situation I'd already caught what I was looking for. It just so happened that I would have had to KO or run from the next one. So I had a reason to let the animation play out a little bit more. I almost missed it. There we go. Alright. Going Veluza. Veluza's Mold Breaker. It's actually a pretty good ability and would be helpful if it were faster than Serena for Queenly Majesty. We don't get Sharpness until we can unlock hidden abilities, but that's fine. Yes. As for a nickname, I think I'm gonna do... I know it's not really a sharp Pokemon. In fact, I don't know the name of the fish that Veluza is based off of, but I'm sure that its pun, or its name is like a pun on the actual one that it's based on. Let's check Bulbapedia, because the quest for knowledge never stops. Name origin, here we go. So maybe a combination of Veloz, Spanish and Portuguese for fast, and Merluza, Spanish and Portuguese for Hake? Huh, okay, maybe not. Either way, let's go Kisame, I guess. Kisame for the time being, just because that's the first deadly fish type of character that I can think of. Go to our bag here. Nope, not our bag. PC. Now, if we're going to move around Veluza, who got the least amount of usage? I think Shinra, low-key, right? If we're going to save somebody. We need Benny in there. One, because Benny's a heavy hitter, and two, to take out, or to bait out, sorry, the knockoff from Serena. If we look at Kisame. Alright, neutral nature. We'll fix that. Let's get into the right level, too. Oh yeah, definitely want liquidation. Let's forget focus energy. I'm gonna keep crunch too. Sorry, I was looking at something. Alright, let's see. So, liquidation. Did I spell Kisame's name right? I did. Okay, I didn't know if there were two S's or not. But there are not. Yeah. Alright, level up more here. I'll learn Psycho Cut too for stab, I guess. Replace slash here. Level cap done. Without fear of knockoff, I think Mystic Water Aqua Jet is going to be a pretty big asset here. Alright, got Veluza. And then in terms of what it's weak to, right, I might even consider replacing the Mystic Water with a berry, but we'll see. For the time being, though. Nature change. Going offensive here again because we like the heavy hitters. Alright, so Veluza is coming in with a whopping attack of 97. I thought it was way higher than that. Base attack's only 102 and it's only level 36. That's actually not crazy. So, kind of makes sense. I think I just got my hopes up a little too high. This single stage Pokemon Veluza. Kind of look at it and you think it's either going to evolve into something or evolves from something. No. Just Veluza. And then you'll save right here. I think still same opener. Charlie Joker. No, not Charlie Joker. Maybe that's why. Wait, was I doing Charlie Joker as an opener instead of Charlie Rabbit Escape? Maybe that's why I was so confused as to why they were going Flamethrower instead of Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball wouldn't make sense. Or not Charlie Rabbit Escape, Benny Maru. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to have, is Charlie and Benny. So if we weren't doing Charlie and Benny, then of course they're not going to Shadow Ball into it. So let's see how that goes. Flamethrower, and then switch to Rabbit Escape. Not Flamethrower, Fire Punch. Sorry, been fighting this fight so long. Why are you? Why are you not? All right, can you at least use Shadow Ball into Rabbit Escape, please? Please, can we act like we have? Thank you. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because I gave Charlie an item. That's why. I wasn't supposed to give Charlie an item. Okay, wait a minute. That is on me. It's slightly, but it is on me. Okay. We have to create the perfect conditions here for AI manipulation. Cake. Save state. There we go. With no item on Charlie. They have no reason to knock off on anybody but Benny. Right, there we go. Now we come in. Fire Punch. Rabbit Escape. There we go. That's what we wanted. Fire Punch. Serena's gone. Shadow Ball we resist or immune to. Perfect scenario. Basculegion comes out. Here we go. The only thing I didn't check how fast we are in comparison to Basculegion. Where's the team? Alright, Basculegion has a speed set of 79. Who is faster than Basculegion? Honestly, I don't think Veluza is. Yeah, Veluza's base speed is 70. Basculegion's base speed is 78. So without speed beneficial nature, we are likely slower here. Yeah, 97. Alright, here's the plan. Plan is we fight. No, we switch here into Kisame. Kisame gives us our very, very safe switch. Fake out. Boom. Alright. Okay, safe switch in here. Fake out. Armor does not move and gets its defense dropped. Hydro Pump. Onto Veluza. We overly live that. There we go. Now we Aqua Jet here before he can pull anything funny. Could be Aura Sphering, potentially, into Rabbit Escape. I think either way, our safest option is going to be to go Usopp here. Aqua Jet should do good damage with Mystic Water attached. Wow, that did nothing. But weak armor means that the next Pokemon to touch Armor Rogue is definitely KOing it. That weakness policy is not great either. Alright, Veluza goes down. we should be able to survive at least one Shadow Ball here. Oh, wow, that did far more than I thought it was going to do. Okay, 2 Force switches. I think... Go Benimaru for the guaranteed KO there. Honestly, Usopp again, I think, right? This time, we... First impression to take out Armorogue, and Shadow Claw to take out Basculegion. I forgot that, of course it lives that, yeah. It's now gonna Shadow Ball Benny or Hydro Pump Benny. Okay, you know, it's just so because like, in what world does I gotta put this in the damage calculator, bro? Like I'm looking at it and I've watched it happen. I just have such a hard time believing that Basculegion, of all Pokemon, with the base defense stat of 65, naive nature, so not a defense beneficial nature, right? At all. In fact, its defense is its weakest base stat, is surviving a spell tag boosted Shadow Claw from an adamant Cerulege. That just does not make sense to me. That makes absolutely zero sense. It is an Oko. Unless, and this might be where we're falling short here, unless Benimaru's nature is not attack beneficial, and that's where we're falling short. Okay, Benimaru's nature is speed beneficial. Well, that would do it. Okay. Benny, what are we doing? Why are you a speedster? We don't need you on a speed. I mean, I guess because I think without that, though, I think we do get outsped. Yeah, we do get slightly outsped here. Ah. Okay. I wonder, though. Out of curiosity. Nah. Okay. I was wondering if we could, go Adamant Nature, right? And then Shadow Sneak and see if that would OHKO. It didn't. That was wishful thinking. Why am I doing that instead of just flying? Yeah, I don't have anything that can, I mean, we can hope for the crit, but that doesn't do it either. What I also do think is worth noting is that Veluza's Aqua Jet did not take out Cerulege. So actually, hold on. I'm going to try again with Veluza. Veluza's Aqua Jet did not take out Cerulege, and that in itself is a problem. But if that's the first time triggering Cerulege's weakness policy, we can work with that. Without weakness policy, I think Cerulege, it still has a very high special attack stat. But without weakness policy or stab, I think we're still in a decent position. So same thing. Rapid escape. There we go. Priority moves are back on the field. Anticipating a Hydro Pump. And was it a Hydro Pump or did they Shadow Ball? I don't quite remember. What if... Okay, who's on the field right now? I'm gonna go Usopp in for Charlie. What if we did, like, Benny in here? Alright, I'm gonna go Benny, anticipating Aura Sphere into Rabbit Escape, and then anticipating Hydro Pump into Charlie. Good call. Still does more than I would like. Perfect. Now, what do we know? We know that we're speed beneficial nature. Truth be told, wait a minute. What if, instead of trying to take out Armor Rogue, right? What if we just went all in on Basculegion here? So Sucker Punch, do a lot of damage, weakness policy triggers, but it's not fast enough to outspeed Benny just yet. Shadow Claw takes it out, so it doesn't get advantage of that at all. Probably going to Flamethrower, I would say, on Usopp, which I hope we can survive. Come on, Usopp. Come on, Usopp, please. Usopp, you're goated. Emergency exit free switch. From here, now I think we send out Kisame. Arcanine comes out. Here I anticipate either Accelerock or Head Smash into... Ooh. Alright. Little bit of cheating here, but this game screwed us over enough times I don't feel bad. Alright, so I anticipate if you Head Smash or Accelerock into Benimaru, I think we can probably safely switch into Rabbit Escape, especially if it's Accelerock. Head Smash 50-50. What I really want, though, is if we leave open here, right, we go Liquidation on Arcanine, and then we switch full pivot, expecting the Shadow Ball to Rabbit Escape. Again, this is with the assumption that they're both attacking Benimaru, which they might not do. Okay. Nice. Alright, I think we can live that. It's not stab. Nice. Special defense drop is not the end of the world at all. Yep, expected that. Now, what we do is we Aqua Jet into Arcanine. No ones have been sacked yet. We fight. Fake out into Armor Rogue, so it doesn't move. Weak Armor will trigger, weakening its defenses, but it's not going to be able to move. Okay. 2 Mons left. Gotta be smart here. The fastest Mon in the field is currently Armor Rogue. Second fastest, Rabbit Escape. Veluza's speed is only 66. But Braviary's is 62. So we outspeed Braviary, we don't outspeed Armor Rogue. Okay. Gotta think a little bit here. Because we have the opportunity, if we think Armor Rogue's gonna attack Rabbit Escape, we can get a free Liquidation in and take out Armor Rogue. If we think Armor Rogue is going to attack Veluza, then our best option is to just sack Veluza and then get Rabbit Escape out of there to avoid whatever Braviary has planned. I think either way we're getting Rabbit Escape out of there then, right? That doesn't change much. Rabbit Escape simply can't stay in. It's just a matter of who we attack with Veluza. I think Rabbit Escape has a little bit more health, or a little bit less health, so they're going to target Rabbit Escape. Let's see. And then, yeah, I think Rabbit Escape has a little bit less health. They're going to target Rabbit Escape. Veluza should be free. Massive keyword should. So liquidation here. If they're targeting Rapid Escape, it's going to be either stored power. No, it's not going to be stored power because it hasn't been hit with a weakness policy triggering a move yet. So it's likely going to be Aura Sphere or Flamethrower. Shadow Ball is very, very, very unlikely. I think either way, Benimaru is a very safe switch here. Interesting. That was very far from what I expected. But Flash Fire powering up the fire type moves is honestly not the worst thing to have here. Oh, okay. And then now, you know what we do? We spam priority moves and we win. Sucker Punch. Shadow Sneak. Right. So we have two very healthy Pokemon. And one Mon that is... two Mon that are very weak to our priority moves. Alright. Enough with the boosts. There we go. We survived this. Oh. Okay, why did that do so much damage? Sucker Punch. Doesn't have anything to outspeed. I'm going to trust that we can just take care of it here with Sucker Punch Shadow Claw combo. There we go. Okay. Whew. And we only had to lose Veluza, which we brought on kind of as a safe sack anyways. I'm going to save here. I wonder if I can like get rid of that save state. I definitely can. I'll figure out how. But finally, we won that battle. Let's move on, man. Right, only one that got sacked was Kisame. Rest in peace. Kisame was actually kind of goated. Very, very goated. So let's head on over to our KO'd box. Give Carnage K some company here. And I'll pick up Shinra for the time being. Head down this way. Ah, that fight was way harder than I thought it was going to be. But let's make our way over to Celadon City. Oops. What route was this again? Route 7. Okay, I don't think I've used any encounters on Route 7, but definitely doesn't hurt to check. Nope, don't have any used encounters here. I think I saw Porygon, which is actually really good. But I probably won't use it, because can't we get Porygon from the game corner? Turn on Infinite Repel. I see a TM up here. Iron Tail. Find some use for that. Probably can't get through here until I get the T right. Yeah, it's fine. It's very fine because we finally made it to Celadon City, man. Ugh, what a relief. What a relief. It was a journey to get here. I'm happy that we made it. Next mini boss is actually in the Celadon gym, but we're going to be handling Lieutenant Surge first so we can up our level cap. Where I really wanted to go, so that's Celadon Mansion. I wanted to go to the department store. Here we are, man, finally. This is huge. This is actually so huge for us. The amount of things that we can buy here that are going to be so useful. First thing I'm going to do is sell, because since we have unlimited rare candies and Pomic Berries in this game, I'm going to go ahead and sell, let's see, 264. Let's sell 64 of them. Leave 200 in our bag. 320,000 Poké Dollars. Now we can go and buy, and let's see. So these are the Pokeballs. Kind of okay on all of these. Dream Ball's the only one that really would matter here. Again, Pokeballs, healing items. I'm on the wrong floor. I should check before I go up to the stand. TV Game Shop. I don't know what this is. It's been a long time. Teach a good move. Play rough. What do you say? Kind of like what? All right, dude. This game got some quips to it. I might want to learn Play Rough later, though. Alright, here we go. Evolution Stones. This is where I want to go for starters. Buy. And I'm going to want... Let me get like 5 of these. 5 Thunder Stones. 5 Leaf Stones. 5 Water Stones. There we go. Yeah, man. No more getting stuck. I have 10 Moonstones already. 10 Prism Scales I have. Yeah, no more getting stuck with pre-evolved Pokemon solely because I don't have the evolution method for them. I can go back and get that Gligar and turn it into a Gliscor if I want. Dawnstone we have. I guess I did have a Shiny Stone. King's Rock. There we go. Alright, shopping spree on this floor is done. Drugstore. This is pretty useless because there's minimal grinding mode, meaning that EVs do not exist. Little confused, though. I thought you could get TMs here. Maybe I'm in the wrong spot, though. Alright, because this is... Wise Man Gifts, so Element Stones. That was the only one, right? Clerk. This is where you learn Play Rough. Top grade items for trainers. That wasn't anything that I needed. Okay, so I guess that's all that we wanted to buy from the department store for now, then. That's a directory, right? Vending machines would be more helpful if it was as simple as just grabbing a water or like a lemonade for the guards there. Unfortunately, they want a specific item, but I think you can also get that in Celadon. But like I said, that was part 1 of our shopping spree. Part 2, I'm going the wrong way. Where am I going? Told y'all it's been a while since I've been in Kanto. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, the game corner's closed. Really? Shoot, man. I was gonna say, because the game corner we can buy TMs and Pokemon as well. But while we are in Celadon City, I do see some water there, which means that there might be an encounter. There is. So we already got the Magikarp. Looking in water. Marini for Toxapex is good. We'll probably hold off on this for now because there's just no strategic reason for us to want to have a water type going into the electric type gym. That's 16. Ah, okay, another Snorlax. Let me make sure there are no, this isn't a... Okay, this is not a boss battle. Boss battle would be a biker, as well as another biker, as well as a third biker. With a... These guys got some strong Pokemon, but we'll worry about them when we worry about them when we come to them later. Looking at the raid den here for Route 16. Couple options. Porygon, Passimian, Oranguru, Cramorant, Kleavor. Definitely don't want the Cramorant. Could possibly find some use for Oranguru. But what I think I really want to do, right, truth be told, I'm going to look at Grass and Caves here in Route 16 as well. So Heracross, Yanma, again, Rhyhorn, Skorupi, Togedemaru, Skarmory, Earthworm, Excalibur, Cufant, along with at night, Scyther, Fortress, Rhyhorn, Phalanx, Cufant, Durant, Togedemaru, Skarmory. Alright. Cufant twice. Interesting. They really want us to have that Copperajah. But let's do this. Let's head back to Celadon. Save state. I'll save here. And then next, we're going to head back to Vermilion. Take on Lieutenant Surge. A couple things I do want to do also is give my Pokemon their items back, the ones that I took to draw out knockoff and everything like that. Charlie has a charcoal. We're going to be giving Rabbit Escape its Silk Scarf back so we get more power from those moves. And then also, what moves do we... Can probably get rid of Thunder Punch in favor of Return. I'm also realizing that I have zero investment at all in any ground type moves, which I feel like is also going to kind of be my downfall. But we'll worry about we'll worry about that when it's time to worry about that. What I am thinking about right now is that we now have access to Gliscor. Right? So Gligar by itself is not a crazy mon. Gliscor, however, with a defense of 125, special defense of 75, speed of 95, gets access to all the Fang moves, Poison Jab. Does not get access to a good ground type move for a while, but I think if we could probably teach it like Bulldoze, right? That might be able to do the job. Bulldoze. Dig is 80 power in this game? Really? Do I have the TM for Dig? Yeah, Dig is 80 power. Okay. So honestly, I mean, Gliscor with Dig invested fully in like physical attack, right? Or just any other ground type Pokemon with Dig. It being a 2-turn attack means that we really would just need to outspeed whichever mon we're using it against. Looking at which Pokemon on Surge's team have countermeasures for Dig. Rotom Frost is going to be the first mon in. We can take that out. Hisuian Electrode, Alolan Raichu, Electrode, Rotom Frost, and Mega Ampharos and Raichu. So 4 out of 6 mons. And Palmot, actually. Okay. That being said, though, most of the mons that have countermeasures for Dig will not survive a full power Dig from a mon that we like, really set up on. Like Raichu Alolan, once you break that Focus Sash, it's out of here. Palmot, again, is out of here, but it's a fast, heavy hitter, so that's something to be wary of as well. I don't know. Either way, let's go take on Surge's gym and just see how we fare. Oh, actually, hold on. Can't I also... Isn't this also where we can get, Hold on. There's a lot that we can do in here, I'm pretty sure, that I did not take advantage of. Alright, yeah, there's a lot that we didn't take advantage of yet. It's a good place to be right here, but before anything, let's go back to Celadon City. Should be over down this way. Alright. So I need to go to Celadon Mansion here. I think this is the person that I need to talk to, right? Oh, okay, wait. That's what we need. The T. That's great. Because now we can get... So this guy gets us to random egg. No. So red, blue, or green shards will get us a random egg. If we can get that starter egg, man, we can get a bunch of more options for Pokemon here. So now that we have that here, and you know what? Since we have the T, I'm gonna save that as well. Save state. There we go. Share with the rest of the guards. Now we can get through the Saffron as well. Look at that, man. We have all of these now as places that we can go. Saffron City Gym. That's a dojo there, actually. Could come in handy, but I'll leave it for now. Cool. So now this entire area of the map we can explore freely. Minus needing the Poke Flute for some areas, but again, cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's go this way. And then I think there might be a mini boss in Surge's Gym. Let me just see here, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Vermilion Gym, Gentleman Tucker. He opened up with Alakazam, which has a focus sash, but nothing that I'm really worried about, to be honest. Do I even need to battle him? It seems like they turned off like all the switches and stuff. Alright. Enough on the rules. Let's save again. For those of y'all wondering why I save so much, it's because you never know when something can get corrupted or when you might have to reset. So it is just a sky. Okay. Cool. I guess then Timid Magic Guard. Let's go to Move Relearn here. And because we do have our setup Mon in Joker, let's go here. Light Screen. I think we'll be okay on Reflect for now. He doesn't really have any physical Mons. Alright. I mean, he does have Far-Fetched, but again, we can deal with that. I'm also just realizing that they made Kento and Far-Fetched fighting and flying instead of normal and flying in this game. Not a bad touch. Alright, let's go. It's gonna attack. Question is with what? So I guess we'll double Sucker Punch it. If I had Fake Out, then yeah, we could have just Fake Out and then, in fact, why don't I have Fake Out? Why am I even taking damage here? Swanna, Hurricane, Hydro Pump, and Ice Beam. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. One key thing that I forgot with, and I don't know how I forgot this with Grimmsnarl. It's like the whole reason why we picked up a Grimmsnarl. It has Frisk. We need to use an ability pill to get this thing Prankster. Cool. And now, since we're not up against Surge just yet, I think we can safely use Fake Out here. 2 Fake Out users is also more beneficial than none, right? Probably would go Spirit Break over Dark Lariat, I think, right? Because we have the special defense or special attack drop as well. Alright, here we go. Because now we can also take on Alakazam without losing any health. Alright, so now we go Fake Out. Sucker Punch. Withdrew. Doug Trio. Ah, Doug Trio's Arena Trap. Interesting strategy. I say I Sucker Punch again because it has only attacking moves. In fact, if I survive Earthquake, then I think I'm Gucci. Yeah. Would have been nice to know that he was going to switch, because then I would have just used Spirit Break. Okay, Hurricane, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Kind of a smart strategy, because now I think even with Light Screen, yeah, I was going to say if either Hurricane or Hydro Pump connect, I still think it takes me out. Nice, okay. I was wrong, and I love being wrong about these kind of things. I guess in hindsight, then, I probably should have kept Thunder Punch. On Rabbit Escape, but you know what? I guess between Pikachu having Lightning Rod and then Doug Trio being on the team as well, wasn't the worst idea to not keep it. Turn. Let's have Hurricane. Alright, come on, Malk. Let's use our brains here. We knew it had Hurricane. You sent out your fighting type Pokemon. Got lucky that we didn't get hurt by Confusion. Wait. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't paying attention. Ah, shoot. Hold on. I was reading and just like pressing keys. That's not good. Alright. I want to beat this guy before I call it a day, though. Because if I beat this guy before I call it a day, then that means that the next stream can literally just be like straight Lieutenant Surge battling. No like running around trying to get anywhere. We have access to every area, which is good. I feel like that's like been most of what I've been what's been taking so long, is like trying to weasel my way into certain Pokemon and movesets without actually having access to any of them. Alright, now we go Light Screen, right? What am I doing? Think, Malk, think. You're thinking like 5 turns ahead. We're focused on Alakazam and Duck Trio. Okay. Light Screen obviously wasn't a bad play, but if he's sending out his physical attacking Duck Trio, it's unnecessary at the moment. So we want to fake out. Now, expecting the Duck Trio switch, we Spirit Break. Perfect, right? Now, Doug Trio has to stay in and attack. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it's going to. And we Sucker Punch to take it out. Joker has still taken no damage here. Swanna comes in. We fight. We Light Screen. Swanna lands Hurricane. Oh, Swanna has no guard in this game? It's a little broken. They gave it a no guard and then Hurricane Hydro Pump? Interesting. Alright, we need to tank a couple of these. Just one more, please, one more. Alright, new plan. New plan's kind of the old plan. Keep going to move relearn when it's TM learning. Alright, good thing is, despite having no guard, Swanna's still also pretty fast. It's a little annoying. Let's go Thunder Punch here in place of maybe Low Sweep. I don't think I have much of a use for that. Now, okay, when we go to a Berry Pouch, do I have something that will snap us out of confusion ASAP? Frosting, Love the Berry, Power Points, Orange, Citrus. Of course not. Are Lumberries even in this game? I haven't seen myself or an opponent use one. So apparently, Celadon is definitely the place to get a lot of stuff, but it's like event-based, you know? It's not just like get it and then you get it. Alright, well we don't have anything to snap us out of confusion. Kind of just gotta hope that we don't get confused here, which I can do. A little bit of gambling is not the end of the world. Same strat. Fake out. Spirit break because he switches. The only thing is I really just don't want to get confused by Swanna, right? If we can avoid confusion from Swanna, then we're in a good spot. Back out the light screen. It's annoying that it just stays spamming Hurricane now, right? And like, I haven't, okay, of course, because like, why wouldn't we? Yeah, I have enough mons that are just like weak to, let's look at special defense here. 70 special defense, 88 special defense, 85 special defense, but runs super effective. 80 special defense, but runs super effective. 55 special defense, 66 special defense, and runs super effective. I guess maybe Rabbit Escape. Hope that we don't get paralyzed, or just hope that we don't get confused, right? Use Hurricane, don't get confused. Okay, like, really? Okay. Please, like, all right, use Fake Out. Thank you. I don't know if we outspeed. That's my next question. I don't think we do. I think Swanna has a higher base speed stat. Yeah, no, we don't outspeed. So our speed is what, 100, right? Swanna's is going to run also 100. Speed tie. I mean, I guess I'll go for the speed tie because, like, nope, I won the speed tie. All right. All right. You know, this game is already hard enough as is. I would really appreciate if I wasn't fighting for my life against RNG2. Like, if my win con wasn't that he doesn't get confusion on every single time he lands Hurricane, and then he's going to get confusion on every single time he lands Hurricane. Right, like, I don't mind reworking the strategy, but come on. Like, are you just gonna spam Hurricane the entire time, and then, alright, and then get the confusion again, right? Like, every time, by the way, without fail, by the way. Like literally 100% confusion rate is crazy. And I know the move itself doesn't have 100% confusion rate. Come on, Joker, please. Oh my goodness. Like, come on, Spirit Break, like, useless. Useless. I can't even sack Joker because I need him for Surge. Alright, here we go. Resetting for the 5th time, hoping that Swanna doesn't land or doesn't confuse on 100% of the Hurricanes that it lands. Let me check the move decks just to make sure, to be 100% positive that nothing was changed in this move. Mind you, Swanna's not even supposed to learn this until level 47, but whatever. No, it's still may also confuse, not guaranteed confusion. What if... Alright, what does Diglett use? If I recall correctly. I still got a Sucker Punch. Alright, here we go. Once again, we are... Got a bet. Taking the bet that Swanna does not go for... One doesn't go for Hurricane, which we know it's going to, and that Hurricane doesn't confuse. Wow, what a surprise. And let me guess. You're gonna hurt yourself in confusion now, Joker, instead of landing the attack. I can't prove it, but I feel like this absolutely is not an RNG thing. I feel like every time I load into the battle, it's like predetermined what's going to happen, you know? Like it's supposed to be RNG on whether or not we get the confusion and whether or not confusion damages and who he switches into as an RNG. That's the AI. But to have this like high of a rate of confusion plus everything else working out the exact same each time, I am inclined to believe that when I am creating that safe state, the RNG, like the random number generator, I don't know. I don't know. So we go Spirit Break. What if instead we did Sucker Punch, right? Get some damage off. Hurricane's gonna do a lot more from here because we don't have a light screen up. Oh, okay. So I guess the key was just not to put up a light screen. Putting up light screen activated the magical conditions for whatever it did. And that's why he was able to confuse every time. Alright, Sacred Sword, Night Slash, Cut, Brave Bird. Don't have a lot to deal with this, to be honest. I guess hoping he doesn't go Night Slash because he won't go Night Slash because that just wouldn't make any sense. Oh, Cut is a Steel type move in this game. Okay. For a second, I was like, am I tripping? I was like, am I bugged? What? Oh, Leak increases speed too, not just critical hit ratio. Right. Right. Oh, that's such an unnecessary patch, dude. What? Leak increases the speed of Farfetch'd because we said it does. What is the advantage to that except for just... Oh my goodness. That's something that you can tell that they added literally just to mess with players because nobody runs Farfetch'd on their team, right? No player is going to get a benefit from Farfetch'd having leaked or having leak up speed. It is literally solely so that... And I hit the wrong move. I hit Sucker Punch. It is solely so that Farfetch'd can outspeed in the craziest scenarios. Alright, here we go. Alakazam again. You know, it's like I don't mind this game being more difficult than others, right? But it makes it like really unpleasant to Nuzlocke sometimes when they keep throwing in these boss fights at every corner. I've done like 6 boss fights and I've traveled between cities. That's literally it, between cities. Lavender Town to Celadon. This is like my 6th boss fight, and I'm back in Vermilion, by the way, mind you. Sends in Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd opens with Cut, which is a Steel type move, and its speed is 102. Because, like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Farfetch'd speed is 102, and it has access to Cut. Maybe, alright. To be fair, I don't really have a use for Charlie, but Charlie does resist cut. What I'm thinking potentially is Charlie with a defensive nature. Alright, Charlie. GG's, but this does in fact take out Farfetch'd. Yeah, I hate to see you go like that, buddy. Definitely pivotal in us beating that other fight. So who's left? Alakazam and Pikachu are the only two ones left. I think Rabbit Escape then probably, right? Would be what I think is our smartest choice here. Yeah. I was gonna say potentially Usopp, but maybe Usopp was smarter actually. So flinch. Expecting Psyshock or Hidden Power Fighting. Please be Psyshock though. Like it don't Hidden Power Fighting. You have Psyshock, it stab, you're faster. Thank you. Sucker Punch. Pikachu Surfing is the last one. Bouncy Bubble, Zippy Zap. I guess we gotta just hope it doesn't go Zippy Zap. That would be our worst case scenario here. Although I am curious. How many Pokemon do I have that can one-shot this thing? Most things that I have actually one-shot this, because Pikachu is a really flimsy mon. Defensively flimsy, I'll say that. With the right set, it can be pretty deadly. I don't think Sucker Punch OHKOs it though, unfortunately. 68.8% chance to OHKO. So, in other words, a high roll could OHKO here. You know what? You know what? Yeah, Sucker Punch is guaranteed critical hit. You know what? I deserve this. I've been doing this too long. I deserve this. We are going to keep re-rolling until we get the high roll. And that is that. Except Zippy Zap also has priority. So he outspeeds. Okay. Never mind. That's what I get, to be honest. That is fully what I get. But I did want to check, though. Shoot. Zippy Zap is also plus 2 priority, so we also can't get first impression off. Okay, well we almost had it. I think we just gotta figure out. You know what? Honestly. What if I just went back to here, right? And Zippy Zap's a physical move. Possibly Rabbit Escape. Because I know we're gonna survive this. It'll hurt, but we'll survive. Of course. Oh, because it always results in a crit. My question is this, right? Always results in a crit. Priority of plus 2. Yeah, base power is only 50. But with stab plus life orb, like... How is this not an incredibly broken move? Good lord, man. Like, who do I even send out that's not getting immediately cooked by this? Nope. Zippy Zap works all turns. Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. How is that? Like, that's an incredibly broken move. I'm actually astounded here. Why would you go knock off into the... You went knock off into a fighting type Pokemon. You know what? No. I'm taking advantage of that. I am taking full advantage of that. So what did we do before, right? Pokemon. Rabbit Escape. Dude, this game is like... Oh, I'm so fed up. So we survive Zippy Zap. Critical hit because it always lands critical hit. That's just how the move works. Fake out, do a little bit of damage. Now he's going to go knock off into the fighting type Pokemon for some reason. I think we can survive this. Oh, okay. So when you don't go for Zippy Zap, which has the only priority move, we hit you with the return and we win. Alright. Dude, what kind of... That was ridiculous. But we got through it. That's what matters. Save. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think bringing Charlie back is worth doing that fight again. Shout out Charlie. Helped us a lot. But let's go ahead and go to our PC. Go to our KO'd box here. And Charlie, you were the GOAT. You did help us a whole lot. Actually, I do want to continue PC operations. Let's go to Toad, but the Nuzlocke is very unforgiving. Heal up. And the next time is going to be all about Surge, man. This guy can't fight me, right? Because he's behind the trash can, yeah. Oh, but I do have to find the switch, don't I? I bet you it's like next to that guy that's turning around too. The one time that I'm like, oh yeah, I can just avoid all battling. Oh, never mind, we're good. Well, there was one here. I guess not. I'm trying to avoid battling if I can. Might not be able to, but I think I can. Trash there. It's gonna be that one in the corner too, watch, yeah. Because that guy wants to battle so bad, like so bad that he can't stand it. He's losing his mind not being able to battle. And I have to find out where I can use my my bottle caps too. There we go. Flinch. Mach Punch for the win there. Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say we could try to switch to avoid damage, but at level 27, I don't think return is not going to make this, or I don't think it's gonna survive return. Return should make this very easy. All right, now there we go. Cool, and we leave off here right before finally taking on Lieutenant Surge. So I'm gonna save over this. I don't care about that fight at all. But yeah, gonna go ahead and call it a stream from here, man. Y'all already know. Thanks to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. I'm gonna try to be live again tomorrow. Obviously, it's start of the week, and y'all know when I get busy at work, I'm not live as often. But one thing that I did promise was that if I'm not able to get live, I am gonna try to get some short form content out there. So YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. Still working on posting stuff on TikTok. I honestly don't know what's taking me so long. I think just trying to get a better idea of what the Pokemon community on TikTok wants to see. It's a little bit easier with YouTube because it's like, you guys are my main audience, so cutting up the live and just having highlights from there will, attract viewers with similar interests. But TikTok, a little bit different there because, I don't live stream on TikTok or anything like that. But I will do some research and figure that out too. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go ahead and get my week started. Like I said, thanks to y'all for showing up, showing out, and showing love. Hope everybody has a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic rest of their Sunday. Fantastic start of their week tomorrow. And I'll